Doamnelor și domnilor, suntem, ca de fiecare dată, într-o locație secretă, de data asta undeva în Germania, în orașul Dortmund, pentru a vedea o minune de mașină. Este vorba de noul Defender OCTA. Și ca să înțelegem foarte bine despre ce este vorba, ca de obicei aici la AUTOpro, stăm de vorbă cu cine altcineva decât cu omul numărul 1 de la Defender, nimeni altul decât Mark Cameron. Mark, welcome to our little show TV.
No, pleasure's all mine.
So first of all, I want to congratulate you for becoming the big boss of Defender. I mean, as you said, that's the best job in the world, I guess, nowadays. We all noticed, because you and me, we've been testimonial of the born of this car, coming on the market.
Yeah.
I remember my own discussions with Ralph about, he asked me, what do you think about the car? I said, it's great, but it's too expensive. And you know what he said when he launched? No, Dan, it's too cheap.
Really?
No,
Yep.
yeah, that he said so. Our dear friend Ralph.
Look where we are now.
He's right. He's
spot on.
very right.
Spot
You know,
on.
I was shocked, you know. So yes, this Defender is, I saw in parts of Europe, is becoming the iconic car of the planet. I mean, if you want to be cool, you have to have a Defender, you know.
And that's what a lot of customers say. It's the design and the character of the car that most attracts them. It's a cool car. Yeah.
Tell me, how was the origin of Defender becoming a separate brand on itself?
Yeah.
Part of this house of brands organization.
So we realised that in order to fulfil the potential for the business, we needed clearer separation around our brands. So Range Rover can go even more luxury, even more refined. Defender can go even more capable, robust, off-road focused. Discovery go in its own direction, and Jaguar be more Jaguar. So that way we attract new and different customers rather than overlapping so much. And I think sometimes in the past our products have cannibalized each other a little bit too much.
Yeah.
So creating their own flavor, personality and brand strategy for each of those 4 brands should massively improve our opportunity.
That's great. Have you been a part of the decision?
Yes, yeah, I was. Well, I've been here 13 years now, so yeah, part of the early discussions around what is a house of brands, how do we create that, how do we move more to luxury, modern luxury.
I remember Gary told me many years ago about this idea to make out of each brand, I mean, out of each model line to go to this kind of branding. However, my question is, in this respect, if you look to this car, you still have the Land Rover here. So
Yes.
what is the importance of Land Rover? I mean, which one is it? It's a Defender or a Land Rover Defender? What is the relation?
Well, we're in transition, so we can't suddenly wake up overnight and say Defender's a brand and forget all of the heritage.
Okay.
So part of this is in what's the transition and the timing for that. So there's so much love and equity for Land Rover that's been linked to this type of car since 1948, because the bloodline for Defender goes right back to the Series 1 Land Rover. So this is the stamp of authenticity, of capability, of heritage. And this will be here for a long time, still accompanying Defender, but Defender in the hierarchy is the brand, supported by the trust mark, if you like, which is Land Rover. That is the stamp that this vehicle has credibility and capability off-road particularly.
By the way, how is doing Defender in terms of sales on a global perspective?
Beyond our imagination. I mean, if I tell you we're selling more a month than we did a year in our last few years of the old Defender.
Wow.
It's just, I mean, people love the old Defender, and it was a real heart rather than a head decision. This is heart and head, and this is captured, you said it earlier, it's such a iconic shape and character and distinctive on the roads that people are drawn to it. And as we get more sales, people see it more, and we get more inquiries. We're now running 3 shifts, so almost 24 hours a day production in Nitra, where we produce this. And don't forget, this was an all-new factory from the ground up, as well as an all-new car. So huge project for the business.
And big challenge for the company to do it, because it's not easy.
Yeah, but you have to make the big bets sometimes, and this one is
the winning one.
Yeah.
Explain a little bit the structure of the Defender brand in terms of, now it's Octa, okay, this is the ultimate.
Yes.
But obviously you can't start with the ultimate, so you started with the basics. Tell us a little bit about the philosophy, the DNA of the Defender brand.
Yeah. So it's a really good observation, and this shows us how much we can stretch the price points on the customer offer. So Defender's history has been rooted as a workhorse. So if you go right back as originally as a farmer's vehicle,
Exactly.
and how many conversions over the years have been, for different body types, for different services of usages, fire trucks, military, police, whatever.
Even the army also.
The army for many years.
The medical services also. I remember.
Exactly. In fact, this year is 70 years old since we first started a collaboration with the Red Cross.
Wow.
So the very first, it was a mobile dispensary for medicine in Kenya. Was 70 years ago. So we think actually it's one of the longest partnerships between a brand and a charity in history.
Wow.
So that's where our roots are, and we're talking more about mountain rescue and blue light services, as well as fantastic models at the top end like this. But all of them are rooted in capability, durability, go anywhere, do anything, and a very authentic and honest, proposition, built for function.
By the way, if you look as an outsider to this car in particular, I think, this is the edition 1 of the new OCTA.
Yes.
To me, it looks like a moon rover. Looks like you want to conquer the world, and then you say, hey, the moon, let's go to the moon to conquer with this.
Why have limits? Why have limits?
Give us some insights of this new OCTA, which is, if I understood correctly, the top of the range.
This is the Halo model in the Defender lineup. And this has been engineered to a level we've never developed and designed a car before. So the testing that this has been through, whether it be in the sand dunes, in the Arctic Circle, Moab in North America, as well as Nürburgring. So the breadth of capability, this can do amazing, despite its size, weight, what this can do on tarmac, as well as what it can do in the rough terrain is probably nothing like it in the world.
Yeah.
So it's wider, it's taller. This can wade through a metre of water. I don't think there's another.
So it's even bigger than the standard 90 centimeters. So it's bigger.
It's 68 millimeters wider. It's got another 30 millimeters roughly in the height, and another 120 millimeters in the wheel articulation. So this is Defender on steroids, if you like. This is taking it all to the next
level.
If
I see this wheel arch, it's really muscular. It's really like on steroids.
And we've never had tyres. These are 8 tyres.
Tires are scaring me,
no Defender has had big tyres like this. So this is, and then you've got the twin air intake with the bi-turbo 4.4 litre V8, 635 PS.
Small detail.
It's incredible. This is the kind of, just indestructible.
Tell me a little bit about the colors and the materials. For instance, I just learned that this is a real carbon fiber, but there is a twist here. I learned that it's a mix between sustainable, recycled, and new. Tell a little bit about these new materials.
So it's
used in this.
Chopped carbon, which is recycled carbon, which is chopped up to create
from
this.
the aviation industry, correct?
Yeah, exactly.
It's amazing. I mean. Well done, It's with aviation, it's difficult to have a cooperation because they are always.
It is, but some of the very best and world-class materials come from aviation. Repurposing for this detailing and here as well. This is also a protective satin wrap. So this car, which we can now do in the factory, provides a level of protection to the bodywork. So if you're going through rougher terrain.
So in case of you encounter some meteorites on the moon, it's okay. You can survive.
It will still be unblemished. Exactly. So there's lots of lovely stories, and the detailing.
Yep.
If you look around here, with the gold and again you've got the chopped carbon here.
Yeah.
These are forged alloy wheels, which we've.
These alloys. I mean, this model. I mean, this design language. I see it also here. What is this, the DNA of this idea of this? Is from the OCTA coming from the idea of an?
This is this sort of squircle as we call it, which is a rounded square, has been sort of quite iconic in different. If you look at the back of the car on the rear lights, it's a design detail, which we're exaggerating a little bit more. And you'll see it more and more come through in the Defender design language and our visual identity. So you're seeing it here first, actually, and you'll see more of it later. Let me just show you one more thing. So what we can't do is diminish the off-road capability. So this has got quad. If you look, it's got twin exhaust both sides, so quad exhaust.
And it's higher than the normal.
But we've cut them off so that the departure angle is not reduced. Most people most brands have big exhaust coming out here,
which is a problem when you
when you're going for it. So we haven't compromised the performance of the car by having a this exhaust system. That's here. This is what I was talking about earlier. This is the
that's
the detailing.
Yep.
And actually, our customers love this distinctive.
Yeah, because it's unique. I mean, it was something coming out of the blue. Nobody was believing that it's possible.
And the gold detailing here with the toe eye.
And also, I learned that in interior you have a lot of materials, including the ultra fabrics, which is sustainable materials. Correct.
As a non-leather alternative,
Yeah.
it's actually beautiful to feel. I mean, customers may not even realise it's not leather, and it has that. It's about 30% less CO2 impact than leather has.
Yeah.
Ultra durable as well.
Yeah.
And these are new, specially designed seats for the Octa model that also have this. Have you heard this body and soul technology?
Yeah.
So it
Yeah,
actually
yeah,
has
yeah. Tell us a little bit more. I mean, I understand there are studies showing that with this combination between vibrations and music, actually you can be more relaxed or more, more dynamic, more able to drive. What is the reason behind?
There's two bookends to this. If you want ultra relaxation, and we've got some specially designed tracks, music tracks that are all about relaxation and wellness, then the seat, what you feel through the seat, makes that feel even higher. So it complements the sound, the audio, to what you feel. If you want a really energetic, your favorite music track turned up to 10 volume, and feel that through the seats, through the vibrations, it does that as well. So it's either energizing or total relaxing, and you can change it.
But Mark, the clue here I learned, it's using the AI intelligence to mix this. It's the first time I hear that you can use the AI to mix vibrations and music.
Yes.
I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah, some very clever engineers that, and this is technology that's developed with Coventry University and music producers that we've now adapted and brought into this vehicle. So sometimes it's looking around and taking the best ideas and technologies and bringing them for our customers in vehicles as well. So it's a good example.
Me, what is the future of this car? I mean, not only Octa, the Defender brand.
Well,
what do you plan to do it? As I said, are you going to moon?
Well, so who knows? I can't. The future is difficult to predict. What I can say is that now we've developed Defender as a brand. I'm working on things that are 7-10 years ahead from now. Which
tell us a little bit.
I'd love to, but I'm afraid I might be fired if I did that. But the thing is, we know that Defender has huge appeal, and there are segments that we're not in at the moment that we can populate and occupy, and still keep the DNA of Defender. So that's what we're hard at work with at the moment. Obviously, we've got to electrify at some point as well. So that's a challenge. How do you take a character vehicle like this that has this degree of presence and design, and still give acceptable range for customers and things like that. So that's what we're hard at work at the moment, to translate this into other interpretations.
Now, because today, it was the announcement of European Commission, how do you imagine electrification of such a beast?
Well, we can do it, and we're very advanced in doing that.
Excellent.
So, but we've got some of the world's best designers and engineers, so coming together to say, right, what are those trade-offs? How do we keep the character and the design, but still give our customers the right range and performance? How we use the technology to create the vehicle in its entirety is something that we're very proud about. So,
between me and you, I'm not afraid about the off-roading capabilities. With 2 electric engines, you can do it easily. I'm afraid only on the long range.
Yeah.
That's always an issue with the electric, especially on SUVs where the aerodynamics is a disaster.
Yeah, and that is the challenge for
Exactly.
Defender. But technology is improving all the time. The first generation electric cars some years ago have moved on now to better technology, better battery chemistry, better heat management, energy usage in the vehicle. So we think we've got something really special that will.
Are you planning also a plug-in hybrid?
We now have a plug-in hybrid for this, so we have that today. And we think
not for this one, for Octa.
Not for Octa, but there's a Defender that has plug-in hybrid. We want to offer as broad a choice as possible for as long as we can.
That's clear.
So there's customers for this car as a V8. There's loads of customers that would buy an electric car, and there's customers that love the PHEV. And petrol diesel. So we've got to make sure that we continue to offer a breadth of choice for our customers in markets around the world, because that's also another difference.
Yeah, correct.
What's right in North America is very different to what's right in Europe. So it's a challenge, but we're up for it.
Thank you very much, Mark.
Okay,
It was a big pleasure talking to you.
You too.